Hello everyone, this is part 5 to the redo of What If Deku was transported to Danmachi. Part 5, yeah. Sorry for the creaking, I'm sitting on my bed. But anyway. So, in the previous episode, we ended off with the Loki gang with Deku along, going back to the Loki Familia mansion and going back into their rooms. Deku and eins are now waking up in the same bed. And eins is up first, and she puts on her clothes. Well, her armor. No, some normal everyday clothes, yeah. And then wakes up Deku. Deku wakes up and he rushes to his own room to change into some more casual clothes. Loki is at the front door with Finn and Gareth. So Finn and Gareth are going on their own to the monsophilia. They're going out quite early. And eins and Deku walk out talking to each other about how they felt and stuff. Like how they felt right now, not like how I feel about you, eins. How I feel about you, Deku. No, not like that. Deku doesn't have the guts to do that. Okay. But like they're just having normal chat. Oh wow, my battery. But anyway. Sorry if you hear the charging sound. That. Yeah. So they woke up to Loki and ask her what's going on with Finn and Gareth. Loki says that they're going off ahead to the monsophilia. And Deku is just looking at the both of them and is like, okay, we'll go later, I guess. Yes. If I'm not wrong, it starts in about an hour or two. An hour and a half, yeah. But anyway, we should get some shopping done for the supplies, you know? We still need supplies for our next raid. You do remember that, Loki? Loki's scratching the back of her head, like, yeah, totally. Shit. Her thinking to herself, I totally forgot. Deku, knowing exactly what she's saying to herself, is like, oh my gosh, Loki, you're a goddess, not a low-class management officer. And eins and Loki looking at him, confused, like, what the hell is that? Something from my world that you won't understand. But let's just say management, and basically what I'm saying is that you're not someone that's supposed to be very bad at managing something, okay? Loki pouting about Deku's remarks, but passes it over as she is a goddess. She can compose herself, her talking to herself, and asking them, well, telling them, okay, let's go. As they walk off to the shops again to get supplies for the next dungeon raid. Now we cut back to Belle, who is currently getting the task of giving, I forgot her name, but the one waitress at Sear, yeah, Sear's wallet, to get it to her. To get Sear's wallet to Sear. Yeah. And yeah, that thing happens, and while he's on his way, uh, I forgot what legit happens, but he goes there and he gives, and he meets up with, Sear. Yeah, forgot her name again. Sorry, guys. But he meets up with Sear again, and while they're talking to each other, no, Hestia, jeez, Hephaestus is really knocking me off there, eh? But yeah, Hestia finds them together and rudely interrupts their conversation, all while. So Sear goes off and does her own thing, not wanting to piss off the goddess of agriculture. I will smite you with the house. I think that's funny, but I'm not sure. But anyway, the usual thing happens. Belle and Hestia just are together and doing stuff until they're at the entrance of the monsophilia stadium. Then all of a sudden a loud ruckus comes by from the entrance of the monsophilia stadium, and monsters pour out of it while a giant silverback comes out and stares daggers at Belle and Hestia. And basically, Belle does the exact same thing. Not gonna change that, honestly. He's just stronger, honestly. His blade does break, but he still takes the silverback beast down, like in epic fashion. Well, I should probably. Yeah. So, while Belle is doing this, Loki, eins, and Deku are currently killing monsters and protecting the people. Deku having an amazing boost of euphoria. No, that sounds weird. Nostalgia from saving people from villains or monsters. So he's happy right now. He's doing what he loves to do. And you can literally see it on his face. Even if you see it for 1 second, you know he's smiling. He's happy as all hell. But anyway, with eins, she and Loki are on their own mission, and the same thing happens with them. Loki trying to tap that ass. Yeah, tap the booty. God, what is my life? But yeah. And they find Belle fighting the Silverback. And then Deku comes in behind both of them. It's like, yo, what's going on? Him just looking at the Silverback being just disappearing as they watch Belle and Hestia being cheered for, and Hestia falling over. They decide to leave it alone and let Belle take care of his goddess. And the same thing happens with them. But just with the monsophilia, I don't exactly know what the hell happened to the monsophilia, if it continued or if it stopped. I'm just saying, yeah, it stopped. And they go out and do extra shopping. 'Cause why not? You guys are gonna get a lot of cash for the monster cores you're giving to the guild for Valis. So the gang is getting themselves ready to go back to the mansion while in the just wait. Hostess of Fertility. Sorry about the pause. But yeah, so they're at the Hostess of Fertility and Bet is drunk again. So Deku, being more mischievous, just saying tee, and draws a cat face on his face with food. He's gonna be so mad. Gareth just laughing his ass off as Bet's like trying to keep himself awake. He's like, what the hell's going? Just imagine Bet doing that. And eins is just sitting there, emotionless, as usual. Just in her head is like, oh my god, this is so funny, oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh, I love this child. Wait, did my phone really charge that fast? Jeez, okay. Okay, but anyway. Sorry for this, I'm probably gonna edit most of this out. Okay. I'm up to date to the previous whatchamacallit, the actual anime, just to see what's actually happening next. So after the monsophilia, wait, yeah, this is recording, sorry. Alright, so after the monsophilia, with Belle, he is going to the guild to get cleared for at least floor 7. And basically the same interaction happens. And then once they get dressed and go out for their shopping excursion to get better gear, and they meet up with Hestia working at Hephaestus's shop. And the normal shenanigans happens. And then I think it was the next, no, I'ma just say it was the next day. No, it was the same day. Bal got his armor, the normal armor that you see him. Well, you can't necessarily see him wearing it now, but anyway. So the same armor. And then they go on their date later that day, Belle and Hestia. And them having slightly more time to talk to each other and be together, 'cause this time around he admires Deku and Eins for saving him, and he knows that he has to get a lot stronger to become very close to them, or, well, usual anime logic. But anyway, so now we cut to Deku and Eins. Deku and Eins, in the same day as whatever is happening to Bella is happening, these two are on a dungeon date, as you would call it. They are testing each other's strength and basically working on teamwork, fighting against all the monsters, getting to know each other's fighting styles, and basically get to know each other even more, and to know what they usually go for first. Deku being more unpredictable than Eins thought. She thought that he had a definite pattern, but to her it seems like he has a constant thinking mind. He doesn't have a pattern. He has a fighting style, yes, but he doesn't do the exact same things over and over again. For a new situation, he's a completely new attack first, and counters any attack in a completely different way. So she learns a lot of tricks from him, and she becomes exponentially more skilled, like level 7 skilled, you could say. But she's not that quite powerful yet. Yes, I'm saying yet. Hello everyone, sorry about the pause. Yeah, just wait. Okay, so after I was rudely interrupted by that knock, yeah. So they're on their dungeon date, yeah. So they're just doing what I've already said. They're training together, getting to know each other, and then they get to floor 17, yeah. And I'm just gonna say this for no, they're not. So they go all the way down to the 18th floor. And then they just climb up the tree in the middle and hang out in the branches, looking down on the city and forest. Time passes by, and Deku figures, yeah, it's about time we should go about, no, eins. So, she gets up and jumps down, while Deku jumps off and runs down the trunk of the ginormous tree, getting to the bottom first before eins. As she lands right in front of him, he comes from behind and picks her up. And eins, blushing. For the first time in Danmachi history, she blushes for another man. For a man, not another man. That sounds weird, like she's been with dates with other men. But anyway. So, no, you fell. Sorry. Yes, recording. So, they start heading up, and they run into Belle doing. No, this is the same day as the date. They get out of the whatchamacallit. Sorry for me being so stupid, but anyway. So they get out of the dungeon and start heading back, as they encounter a bunch of other women chasing down Belle and Hestia. Is like, I wonder what's that about. Ein's just like, I don't know. Maybe they're ticked off? Deku's saying, nah, they seem a little too happy for that. They had smiles on their faces. Ein's replying, oh, you could tell that they were smiling? Yeah. Normally, when you have more power and speed, you start to get a better reflex, and sometimes time is perceived very slow for me, especially with a high reflex and speed like mine. Laughing awkwardly, as in that specific moment you feel something deep inside just awakening, not because of this awkward feeling, but because he is experiencing a wonderful moment of happiness with who you might call it. I guess manga spoilers, season 5 spoilers. He awakens Black Whip, which is right now like a very small waves of mist or energy coming off of Izuku's hands, like as it fades away, with his awkwardness getting even more apparent. It's like, what was that? Him not knowing that it's Black Whip. So he just talks to Eins for a little bit as they head off to the what you call it? To the mansion, as they both for the night they sleep in their own rooms because they've spent an entire day together. It's like, whoa, we're getting a bit too close just in one day. Let's separate ourselves so we don't get too attached to each other. So that's what they decide on, and Deku goes to his room and falls asleep. him having the exact same dream as what he had in the last episode of season 4, I think. Yeah. Him breaking his window in the morning, looking at his hand as it is enhanced with one for all. Gareth and Finn being the first to enter the room as they stare at Izuku's glowing hand, and him just looking at it, sweating and huffing and puffing, or panting. As Riveria enters the room, also being curious and seeing what's happening. Deku, knowing what is, well, happening, and he decides to say that, sorry, this has never happened to me. It's a new thing. You see, One for All has the different users in the power. So I have the spirits of all of the other users inside of me right now. So I guess they're trying to get me to unlock a new quirk. Or, as you guys would call it, power or ability. Them understand is like, oh, we'll leave you be, and they close the door, and Deku thinks to himself, oh, darn it, I'm gonna have to fix my window. So he falls back asleep, having the exact same environment, but then learning how to use Black Whip. The next morning, you're going to have to find out what that is. Sorry for all the pauses. I'm so very sorry. This is not a good day for me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope my jokes didn't corrupt you or cringe you so much. But someone say in the comments, at least one person say if they want me to do a little more jokes. My humor, you could say. Which my humor, just to give you a grasp, is horrible. Is horrible. I found the I will smite you with the house very funny, but I stopped laughing like in 4 seconds. I was like, oh god, it's not that funny. But anyway, like, comment, do whatever you want to do. Stay happy, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.